This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is March 12th. A George Washington, LaSalle, 1 p.m. ESPN. Tech Notre Dame, 1 o'clock, ACC Network. Big 12 first round, West Virginia and Cincinnati. We went through all the first round games. Just now, they were all first round games. St. Louis, Rhode Island, first round. ACC Network, 3:30. Louisville, NC State. New Hampshire semifinals. Vermont, 4 p.m. ESPN plus ESPN2. Cassius, Mount St. Mary's, 4:15 ESPN plus. 20-12 Bryant versus UMass Lowell. Tip is at 5 ESPN plus. Wagner McMurray, 6 p.m., 6:30, Tuesday. University of Miami, FIU, Gilville State, 3:30, 8 o'clock. Insignia, 8:45, ESPN, first round. Idaho semifinals, UMass, Bryant, Vermont, New Hampshire semifinals. All the rest of the games are first round. Now we move on to players to watch out for. For the Big 12 tournament, that's the only thing we'll do, and the rest we'll leave to everybody else. So, UFC, Giovanni Sellers and Javon Smaller. And for West Virginia and Cincinnati, look out for Sinizek and Dan Sleekings. UFC, Oklahoma State tips at 11:30, and number 14 seeded West Virginia plays number 11 seeded Cincinnati at 2:30. That's basketball in the Big 12 tournament. Now we turn over to the NFL and then mental health. Since yesterday movement on the NFL, we go from Brian Burns trading with the Panthers. We go up from that. The Broncos exclusively details a 4-year deal with Senator Lloyd Kingsbury, $50 million over 4 years, $12.5 million, $26 million fully guaranteed. At signing, $30 million total, $30 million cash flow over the next 2 years, most ever for a center. Austin Ekeler signs with the Commanders signs a 2-year deal for $11.4 million. The Kansas City Chiefs signed Irv Smith. He's not had a lot of stats his career, but maybe the Chiefs can get him into a good backup role and make him a good player. Noah Gray. Former Seahawk Jordan Brooks signs a long-term deal with the Dolphins, $30 million, 3 years. The Bills have restructured contract for Josh Allen, converting much of his money to compensation and bonus, completing a 16.4 cap space in 2024. The Texans rookie defensive Dylan Hall announces Monday that his 4-stage cancer is in remission. New England Patriots signed quarterback Jacoby Brissett. Sources tell the Seahawks that they are closing on a Leonard Williams deal. Former Viking Jordan Hickerson signs a 1-year, $84,000 with the Bills. Former Chief and a very good punter and a sometimes great signs a 2-year, $6 million contract with the Houston Texans. Buccaneers are signing free agent running back Chase Edmonds to a one-year deal. Malik Harris signs to a one-year deal. Former Colt Zach Martin signs a 2-year deal with the Bengals, including a 4.52.5 payout a year, per source. The Bengals have released Joe Mixon. Free agent kicker Brandon Counts has agreed to a 1-year deal. Former 49er free agent Javon Kilna has agreed to that deal. Former Packer running back intends to sign with the Vikings as it's a 1-year, $7 million deal. Day one free agencies. Linebacker Frankie Luva, Austin Ekeler, Dorrance Armstrong, defensive end, linebacker Francis Luva, and running back Austin Ekeler, center Tyler Badez, not really quite sure, guard Nick Algretti, former Chief, and Brandon McManus. 2 of those I don't know. Dorrance Armstrong was a former member of the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon McManus has had a great career so far, was with the Jacksonville Jaguars and also Broncos. Former Eagle Marcus Mariota signs a 1-year, $6 million value upside of $10 million per sources. Former Patriot tight end Mike Gesicki signs a 1-year deal with the Cincinnati Bengals, $3.25 million. Former running back Nakeem Hines signs a 1-year deal worth up to $3.5 million with the Browns. Free agent Quan Barrett agrees with the Dolphins for a 1-year deal worth up to $9 million. Free agent D'Anset Johnson returns to the Jaguars, a 1-year deal. New England is pushing towards free agency of Calvin Ridley, believing that he currently prefers to return to Jacksonville, and he has been discussing with the deal. We'll talk more NFL later. That's football. Fordham beats Davidson in the Atlantic 10 first round. They came back from 13 down. 71-63 in overtime was the final. Georgia Tech and Notre Dame are underway. And in the second half of the game in Kansas City, with 10:01 to go, UCF leads Oklahoma State 57-36. We'll probably come back with the score of that game after this podcast. That's Sam Vaughn Sports. Here's me and Jason.
Well, if they can only keep one, I don't know that I would keep Chris Jones. And the only reason I say that is because a lot of the teams that they're going to be going up against have like stud wide receivers, and Snead seems to be able to shut them down. I mean, ideally, obviously, they would keep both, but the way the way salaries work, it may not be possible to keep both.
Salary cap went up today?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it went up, but you're also going to end up having to do something with Mahomes again. You can move it forward, yeah. It's just they might have to do some gymnastics, but if they can keep both, that would be best. But Chris Jones is not someone you want to lose, but it might come to that.
Well, here's what I say. Every time Oklahoma State loses 77-62, and West Virginia and Cincinnati will play the 2 o'clock game in the Big 12 tournament. Also underway, Notre Dame is beating Georgia Tech 32-23 in their first round of the tournament. Later, we'll go over the automatic bids from yesterday. That's Sam Vaughn Sports.